The 8 most exotic products of medieval markets. At the height of the Middle Ages, the great markets of Europe buzzed with goods drawn from every corner of the known world. Venice stood at the very center of this vast trading web, a glittering crossroads where English wool, Chinese silk, Indian spices, and African gold all changed hands. For the wealthy merchant class, these markets offered unimaginable luxury. For the poor, they offered little more than a glimpse of a world forever out of reach. 1. Pepper. India. When Venice secured a direct route to Far Eastern trade following the fall of Constantinople in the 13th century, a new era of commerce began. Among the most prized imports was black pepper from India, a spice so desperately sought after across Europe that a single kilogram could fetch the same price as a healthy cow. Merchants who controlled the pepper trade controlled enormous wealth, and fortunes were built and lost on its supply. It was used not merely as a seasoning, but as a medicine, a preservative, and even a form of currency in some regions. Long before the age of ocean voyages, fine Chinese silk and hand-painted porcelain made their way westward along the great caravan routes of Central Asia, the legendary Silk Road. These journeys were punishing and dangerous. Traders faced scorching deserts, freezing mountain passes, and the constant threat of bandits and starvation. Yet the rewards were immense. A bolt of Chinese silk arriving in Venice could be resold for many times its original cost, draped around the shoulders of nobility from Italy to England. The monasteries of England produced some of the finest raw wool in the medieval world, sheared from vast flocks that grazed across the English countryside. Venetian merchants sailed to Southampton and purchased it by the ton, shipping it across the Channel to Bruges in what is now Belgium. There, in great bustling workshops, the wool was spun and woven into expensive fabric coveted by the upper classes of Europe. The church, however, looked on the merchant class with deep suspicion.
Priests warned from the pulpit that a cunning trader risked eternal damnation, for greed was numbered among the 7 deadly sins, and no amount of profit could buy one's way into heaven.
The silver mines near Augsburg in southern Germany fed much of medieval Europe's hunger for coinage and precious metalwork. From the mines, the silver was transported to Venice by the safest and most reliable method available at the time, carried by boat along rivers that wound through the Alps and down into northern Italy. Once in Venice, much of it was melted and struck into coins, which then flowed eastward to pay for Asian luxury goods. Silver was the engine of medieval international trade. Italian olive oil, particularly from the groves of Tuscany and the Veneto, was among the most sought-after commodities in medieval kitchens and workshops alike. It was used for cooking, for lighting lamps, for making soap, and for anointing the sick. When wars between Venice and rival Italian city-states disrupted the trade routes across the peninsula, Venetian captains simply adjusted their compass heading southward, loading their ships with olives and oil from the sun-baked shores of Tunisia instead. The goldsmiths of Venice's Rialto district were celebrated across all of Europe for their extraordinary skill. Their raw material came from deep within the African continent, dug from mines in West and Central Africa, then carried north in great camel caravans across the Sahara to the port cities of Alexandria and Tripoli. From there, Venetian ships ferried it across the Mediterranean. Transformed into rings, chains, and ceremonial objects, African gold adorned the fingers and necks of Europe's most powerful rulers. The markets of Venice moved to the square near the Rialto Bridge in 1097, and the area remains a bustling market district to this day. Perhaps no product was more uniquely Venetian than the extraordinary glassware produced on the island of Murano, just a short boat ride from the city center. Murano's master glassblowers crafted objects of breathtaking clarity and beauty. Ornate vases, luminous glass beads traded across the world, and mirrors so perfectly reflective they seemed almost magical to those who had never seen their own face so clearly. The glassworks were deliberately relocated to the island to protect the city from the terrifying risk of fire spreading from their furnaces. As a further precaution, and to guard the secrets of the trade, glassblowers were forbidden from leaving Venice on pain of severe punishment. From 1240 onward, Venice extended its political dominion over the Great Po Valley in northern Italy, which gave it control of the overland trade routes stretching northward into France. Venetian merchants were quick to exploit this advantage in an unexpected way. They established workshops in the French city of Troyes, where skilled tailors produced fashionable, ready-made garments for Europe's nobility and wealthy merchant class. Venice, it seems, was not merely a hub of trade. It was also the fashion capital of the medieval world, centuries before Paris claimed that title. From the pepper fields of India to the silk roads of China, and from the gold mines of Africa to the glass furnaces of Murano, medieval Venice was a world unto itself, a city built entirely on the extraordinary power of commerce.